Do you do contracts? Is there a registration fee? These are important questions to ask at any martial arts school. Some martial arts schools go month by month. Some martial arts school will require a 6-month contract, even a 1-year contract. Some will offer a 2 or 3, sometimes even a lifetime contract where you just buy beforehand and then you get X amount of time. Some will do their contracts by belt. Some will do contracts in any number of ways to lock in your payment early on. Some will have a significant number of upgrades that are separate agreements or separate contracts. Some will charge more for the leadership program. Some will charge more for additional add-ons. Some have optional required seminars. Some will offer private lessons that will have an additional fee. All these different things that could have a charge to them. And so you may want to know what all of these are. There's 2 basic philosophies in martial arts as far as the business side goes, and one is to do contracts and one is to not do contracts. The not do contract side basically is you pay for every month. If you want to train that month, you pay for that month. The contract side is you're paying for a block of time. You're paying for a 6-month or a 12-month block. And that you are obligated to that block, whether you continue coming or not. My personal suggestion is if they don't give you at least 30 days out, 60 days out is preferable, so you have plenty of time to kind of see what's going on. And if the standards of getting out aren't flexible enough, so say if you're in the military, you get stationed elsewhere, of course you should be able to get out. If you move, if there's an injury, if you move too far away from the dojo to continue coming, of course you should have a way out. But you need to talk to them first. And if what they say is the case is different than what it looks like is in this contract, make sure you get it in writing. Because sometimes people will say something to get a sale, and martial artists are people just like anyone else, and sometimes they do that. And it may not even be that they were lying. It could be that they forgot they made that deal. Or the person who talked to you thought that they had the authority to make that deal, but the person handling the contract says, no, they signed the contract. Once they sign the contract, they're obligated on the contract. So you want to make sure that you get those things in writing. The other philosophy is month to month. Now there's a downside of the month to month. It may sound like that's good. Some will even do class to class. You pay for the individual classes. The problem with paying for individual classes or paying for individual months is there's a temptation to skip classes. There's a temptation to skip months. Now at the Guardian Martial Arts Dojo, if you come train with us, we have belt tests every 4 months. If you take a couple of months of classes off, you don't qualify for a belt at your next belt test. You're going to miss belts. And sometimes that can get to be a problem if money is getting a little tight sometimes, and sometimes having that contract will help draw you along. Some schools will have a registration fee. Sometimes the registration fee is just a registration fee. You have to pay the $99, $199, $249 just in order to start. And they might have a registration fee and do month to month. They might have a registration fee and then have a contract. So that could go either way. We've done registration fees. We've done month to month. If we do a registration fee, we include stuff for the registration fee. Stuff that we want to make sure that you have. Right now we have a very basic, simple registration process. It comes with a uniform because everyone's going to need the uniform. So we make sure that you get that. At this particular moment in time, we're considering expanding our registration to get people the equipment that they just seem hesitant to buy over time. And that if we include that in the registration package, then we'll be able to give it to people right away. And make sure they actually have it. So different philosophies, questions to ask. Do you do contracts? If you do contracts, what does it take to get out of a contract? How much do you send those contracts to collection? Is there a registration fee? Do I get anything for the registration fee? And if so, what exactly do I get? Does it go month to month? And when are your belt tests? And the other questions that I already answered in a separate video on how much are lessons. So if you haven't heard that one or seen that one, take a look and find that one. This is Scott Conway, the GQ Dojo, letter G, letter Q, DOJO.com.